Greetings and welcome. How are we all feeling today? We all know that mental health is one of our biggest daily challenges. We struggle every single day. And the thing about mental health is that it deteriorates so silently and so slowly that you're okay for a while and then all of a sudden you're not okay anymore. And any healthy person can struggle with mental illness. Any healthy person can struggle with their mental health. And every healthy person does. It's a completely normal thing. But we don't always know how to deal with it. We don't always know how to manage it. And we fall into habits of unhealthy coping mechanisms and ways to just numb it. And we become so overwhelmed and so worked up and so stressed out and so freaked out that we eventually develop severe anxiety. And you are stressed and worried about every little thing. You overthink every little thing. You overstress every little thing until you catastrophize and catastrophize and catastrophize until everything is just messed up and everything is a nightmare. And that's when your mental health really takes a dip. And because of this high energy, negative, highly volatile emotions from the anxiety, you find yourself in a crash, in a deep dip, because the brain cannot deal with all the cortisol. So it sort of switches off, and then you find yourself in deep depression. You find yourself numb, because anxiety is a range of very high energy emotions, a lot of emotions all at once that overwhelm you, and the brain cannot deal with that for an extended period of time. And that's why you find yourself in the cycle of anxiety and depression. Anxiety and depression go hand in hand. Anxiety triggers depression, and depression can trigger anxiety, funny enough. Because when you are so depressed, you start overthinking. And as you overthink, you start developing anxiety. And because of how you feel when you are depressed, you create more and more and more anxiety. Because you worry and you stress and you're afraid. And that's what anxiety is. It's fear. Unfounded fears. Anxiety is an emotion or a state of mind that invites a lot of fear. Anxiety is just plain fear. Whatever you're afraid of, you create anxiety from. You cannot be anxious about something in the past. We create anxiety from future events, and we can only get anxiety from future events and things that have not happened yet. Overthinking is a common factor in both anxiety and depression, and that's how they trigger each other, is through overthinking. And that's why you can struggle with anxiety and depression. And your depression is a crash, as I said, it's a crash from a highly volatile emotion. Highly volatile. So you cannot calm down, you cannot relax. And as I said, the body cannot handle all of this energy. And eventually the energy crashes. And you crash and you find yourself very depressed. You find yourself up here, and then all of a sudden down here, because you cannot regulate and the mind goes into survival mode. But anxiety is being too emotional and it runs at a very high frequency. your emotions and your energies run at different frequencies. And usually your higher intensity states and emotions, such as anxiety, can create very high frequencies in energy, and the brain cannot maintain this high level, so it drops, and then you find yourself deep into depression. And depression runs at a very low frequency. It's got very, very, very low energy connected to it or related to it. Remember, you can easily find yourself in the cycle of anxiety and depression if you are not constantly maintaining and working on improving your mental health. Any healthy person can struggle from mental illness. Any healthy person can become mentally ill. It's just how you deal with it. But the more you focus on how you're feeling, the less likely you are to get out of it. The more you focus on the anxiety and the depression, the worse it's going to become. So distract yourself, do other things, focus on emotional regulation, which is not just regulating the emotion, but also regulating the intensity of the emotion. Anxiety and depression are very, very difficult to live with, and they significantly reduce your quality of life. But there is a way out. There is a way out of the deep, dark abyss. There is a way out. You just have to climb out. You have to decide that you're not going to feel like this anymore. That you're going to search for better, more positive things. Because the cycle of anxiety and depression are extremely destructive in the long term. So remember, you are unique and valuable. Take care of that beautiful person. Stay strong wherever you're from. You